mess it up, Charizard. Oh, shut up. Charizard, don't mess it up. Shut up. See, I didn't mess it up. That's not funny, be if Barney just tipped it all on the floor. No, that wouldn't be funny. He'd go to fucking jail for life for ruining my drink. And I take away his Hello Neighbor.
Two.
Yeah, second one.
And Bunny nailing themselves to the house as well. The movie ends with Bo Peep on Bonnie's nightstand and Woody in her arms as Bonnie falls asleep, a cozy circular resolution that restores the status quo. The intention was for the original two films director John Lasseter to return to the director's chair, marking his first directorial effort in over a decade. Lasseter envisioned Toy Story 4 as a romantic comedy inspired by his marriage to his wife Nancy. He described it as primarily a love story between Woody and Bo Peep, calling it a different kind of Pixar movie, lighter and more heartfelt, less about existential purpose and more about rediscovering lost love. It also aimed to explain Bo's absence from the third film, showing what happened to her after she was given away. However, Lasseter's return to the franchise he started wouldn't last long. In 2017, as the Me Too movement swept through Hollywood, reports surfaced of Lasseter's pattern of inappropriate behavior at Pixar and Disney Animation. Multiple employees described instances of Lasseter making uninvited physical contact with staff, as well as making uncomfortable comments about their physical appearance. One employee recalled female staff using a technique called the Lasseter, a defensive pose to avoid his wandering hands. Lasseter announced a leave of absence from Pixar later that year, admitting to missteps in his leadership. What began as a personal passion project about his relationship with his wife quickly turned into his downfall. Pixar quietly removed him from directing duties, and he ended up having no involvement in the film at all.
I didn't know this. Fuck.
Lasseter, Pixar hired the writing duo Rashida Jones and Will McCormick to rewrite the script. Fresh off of writing the romantic comedy Celeste and Jessie Forever, their appointment seemed to fit Lasseter's original vision, a heartfelt rom-com about Woody and Bo Peep's relationship. However, their involvement in the film's development was cut short. In 2017, news broke that Jones and McCormick had left the project. Early reports claimed they departed because of unwanted advances from Lasseter toward Jones, but the pair quickly refuted that, releasing a statement clarifying that their exit was due to creative and philosophical differences. Their full statement expressed a concern for Pixar's lack of diversity and representation for women and people of color, pointing out that only one woman and one person of color had directed films in the entire 25-year history of the company. Pixar began to rebuild the movie once again, hiring
Josh Cooley?
writer Josh Cooley
You do that.
Stephanie Folsom to write the script, from an outline written by Andrew Stanton, one of the writers of the third film. A new character emerged in this version of the company.
He's back.
Forky. The idea
It's the main one.
came from asking a simple question.
And he's cool.
Makes a toy from a random object. Does that object come to life in the same way the other toys do? And if it does it know it's a toy? Forky became the emotional and philosophical core of the film, combining.
I feel like every toy's life starts with them not knowing.
The absurdity of a spork coming to life, screaming that he doesn't belong, fit perfectly with Pixar's tradition of finding existential depth in the everyday. This new direction reframed the film from a romantic comedy to something more mediative, a story about letting go of identity and embracing change. But even with a more solid foundation in place, this version still went through multiple alternate endings. Some early drafts still retain the ending of Ben Carlin's script, with Woody convincing Bo Peep to come live with Bonnie as one of her toys. The idea was sweet, but Cooley thought it was too safe. It just reset the status quo, rather than moving Woody and Bo Peep forward in a new direction. Another ending.
I'm glad that it didn't end like that, to be honest.
Woody still goes back to Bonnie, but Bo is instead adopted by a young girl she meets in the antique store, echoing her role as a lost toy, finding a new purpose. Woody watches on, makes peace with them, both going their separate ways. Cooley liked the emotional symmetry, but ultimately rejected it.
Yeah, I think
to make a bigger, more active leap of faith, choosing a life beyond being owned by a child. This led the team to settle on the final ending that made it in the film, in which both Woody and Bo run away together to live as lost toys. Elements of
and I think it's the best.
Character of Gabby, who, like Bo, yearned for a second chance with a kid, and ends up with
it makes more sense for her to not.
Though all the rewrites and creative shakeups of Toy Story 4, two characters managed to survive nearly every version, Ducky and Bunny. Originally conceived in Ben Carlin's first draft, the duo finally made it to the screen, voiced by comedy duo Key and Peele. But at one stage, Pixar had a wildly different idea for casting. Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro were initially considered for the roles, tongue-in-cheek pairing that would have played off their tough guy personas from Martin Scorsese's crime films, reimagined as a pair of over-caffeinated carnival prizes. With too big for their boots personalities, they were trapped in bundles of fluff and cuddliness. By the time Toy Story 4 was finally released, it had essentially been rebooted from scratch multiple times. Bo Peep's voice actress, Annie Potts, revealed that basically 75% of the script had been thrown out and rewritten. The development had seen the downfall and removal of the franchise's creator, as well as multiple writers departing the project. However,
Well,
despite
John Lasseter must be very pissed.
critical acclaim and won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, but it also divided fans. Some felt it beautifully expanded Woody's story, others, like Tarantino, still refused to see it or even understand why it exists, leaving Toy Story 3 to be the perfect divide. Thanks for watching, everybody.
They
And don't forget
refuse to
like and
acknowledge it.
subscribe for more Hollywood's untold stories and unmade movies.
Well, to be honest, I think the thing they went with was also the best thing.
The only thing I would have wished to have seen is what they were going with. I don't know, that fucking idea of Woody and Buzz is fucking bodies being swapped is funny as hell.
It's funny, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's way too ridiculous. I feel like that's something you should do for like a short, like Toy Story
Probably,
2.
yeah.
Just bring those back and do it there, and make it the whole point. You know, we might get something like that. After Toy Story 3, they did those. After Toy Story 4, they did Forky Asks a Question. So we might get another one
Sure.
after the 5th movie.
We shall see.
But yeah, I think it's better what they did with Bo, because if Woody and Buzz end up going with Barney, it's kind of like...
True.
I think it's best what they went with, and then to make Gabby Gabby end up having the owner. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I think it
So-
honestly worked well.
They created her based on an idea they originally had. So go then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's better how it worked, though.
This is definitely a film where I feel like they came up with like every idea except the idea for the villain. And they didn't really have a strong idea. Like it
Yeah.
shows, but it's also not necessarily a bad thing. Also, to be fair, I'm not sure if every story in the universe needs a villain.
No, not at all. Gabby Gabby isn't a villain. That's the thing.
Not really. No.
She just needed Woody. Like, there isn't really one single bad person in Toy Story 4. In Toy Story 3, though,
It's a whole different
Lotso, you know.
Mike, what? Those
Toy Story 1 didn't as well, because Sid's a fucking kid, so. 2 did, though, with Owl. You could, and Stinky Pete.
two fuck off villains.
And then, yeah, 3 with Lotso. Lotso hugging beer. But yeah, I think it's best. I mean, I guess we'll see if there's something with Toy Story 5 as well. We might find out that, you know, the original ideas of the 5th movie.
Yeah.
I feel like with both things, they chose the right option.
True. So hopefully that still applies to the 5th.
Yeah, and what's good is that the person who's the main director of Toy Story 5 is like perfect, because he worked on the movies before anyway,
Yeah.
and like wrote a lot of them, and he also was like the main person in charge of Wall-E, and that movie's like amazing. So everything he's done is like great.
So it should be perfectly perfect.
Like, to me, I'm not even worried about this. I know it's gonna be good. It's just fucking people worrying about nothing. I don't know, I like the franchise too much. I'm not gonna complain about getting another movie. I want there to be fucking loads of them. Because I know eventually we're not gonna have Woody and Buzz anymore. So like that's when it'll start. That's when I'll be like, okay, now you can worry about it. Because you know.
Not everything lasts forever. It's...
Eggs.
You are an animal eggman. Nah,
You rate the awards?
yeah. With the help of my new assistant, Batface the Rogue. Don't tell Toast.
Don't tell Harry.
Mm,
I'm just Harry.
don't tell Harry. Diabolical. Doctor Eggman. Man's Doctor Eggman.
Well then, for April, we have My Galaxy. May is Backrooms. June is Toy Story. July is Spider-Man.
Back-to-back epic fucking nuts.
Unbelievable, honestly.
Yeah, it'll be nice to finally have a new Spider-Man movie. It's been 7 from it since. Is it weird? This actually is fucking weird. It doesn't make any sense. But the wait for this Spider-Man film has felt way less than No Way Home. And I know that makes no sense, but that's just literally how I feel.
Well, yeah, that makes no sense, but you can feel it if you want.
I know what it is, though. It's just because I was like way too excited for No Way Home. Like the wait for between 2019 and 2020, and all of 2021 felt fucking insane. And since that movie, I don't know.
Isn't it like a 2-year gap? It's not that bad.
Yeah, I know, but it really,
This time, it's been like 5.
I know so.
Admit you're wrong.
I'm, well,
Admit it.
thing is, it really is just comes down to the fact that I was more excited to know when it was coming out. And honestly, like even more before the first trailer had come out, because I was like, "What the fuck is this film gonna look like?" I
That's how I was with Endgame. I had no idea what to
yeah.
expect. Like, zero.
I'll admit though, the moment I realized the film was probably gonna be a multiverse one, a lot of my excitement died, like half of it. Because I still like No Way Home, but I was mostly like excited for like a film about Spider-Man dealing with consequences from Far From Home, and either Mysterio or Craven hunting him down.
If we didn't have Toby and Andrew, that would have been lame as shit.
Yeah, I mean Willem Dafoe especially, like they saved it. No Way Home could have been
Definitely.
so fucking bad, and I see why people do think it is. Like, it is my least favorite fucking Spider-Man film, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
It's,
I like it still a lot. It's just, like I like all of them. It's just I'm not really like into like multiverse stuff with Spider-Man at all. I care about No Way Home because it's Tobey and Andrew, not because it's different Spider-Man.
well, yeah. True.
Like it's nice seeing them back. And thematically speaking, No Way Home is still a pretty good Spider-Man movie. So and it ends the trilogy well enough. Not a perfect ending, but it's all right.
This is gone off. Or was that just the Wi-Fi being shit?
Probably both.
Both. Okay. Yeah, it fucking did go off.
I know.
Admit you're wrong.
Well,
Admit it.
thing is, it really is just comes down to the fact that I was doing something. Oh, that's way too fucking squeaky. It really is just comes down to the fact.
Sake.
What?
What was it, like 5?
How is it saying free watching?
What? How? It's not fucking working.
It really is just comes down to the fact that I was really excited.
It literally ends there. It's just fucking bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna do 50.